Chapter 3, Mishnah 8. The Mishnah presents another case of relying on a chazaka to separate terumah and meiser. If someone sets aside produce in order to separate, i.e. designate part of it from time to time as terumah or meiser, for produce he has somewhere else, or if he puts aside coins in order to separate, i.e. designate some of them from time to time as redemption money for meiser sheni he has somewhere else, he may continue to separate them as terumah or meiser, or as redemption money for meiser sheni, on the assumption, chazaka, that they are still in existence, and eat the produce that he tithed or redeemed with them. The Mishnah teaches the law if he later finds that the set-aside produce or coins are gone. If the owner went to check on the produce or coins and he discovered that they were lost, he must be concerned that they were lost up to 24 hours earlier. Therefore, anything that he tithed within the last 24 hours using the produce he had set aside, and any meiser sheni he redeemed within the last 24 hours with the coins he had set aside, must be tithed or redeemed again before it can be used, because we suspect that the set-aside produce and coins were already lost at the time he used them. These are the words of Rabbi Elazar ben Shamua. Tana teaches about another requirement for wine set aside to be used designating terumah and meiser. Rabbi Yehuda says, at 3 times during the year we must check the wine put aside to be available for terumah or meiser to make sure that it is not turned to vinegar. 1. At the time the east wind blows immediately following the festival of Sukkot. 2. At the time the blossoms fall off the vine and the budding grapes emerge. 3. At the time that the liquid develops in the unripe grapes, enough to squeeze some out. At these 3 times of the year, wine has a tendency to turn sour and become vinegar. The rabbis therefore required a person to check his wine at these times before using it for terumah and meiser.